And that's a good point. Holiness. In their eyes, you're either a saint or a sinner. It's all about judgment. One man creates a structure, and you have to follow the structure. It's very well designed. What I would ask myself is, which is really limited in any ways, they talk about the Christ consciousness. But what does it have to do with me? That's a pure limitation. It looks like the consciousness was there when I arrived. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, the consciousness was always there.
But why do they build it on my appearance? Why do you calculate time new? Why? That's deceiving.
It's like a restart.
No. That's deceiving. But why?
But you came here to bring in that energy of truth.
Yeah, but not in that case.
What do you mean that?
I'm not responsible that they calculate the time new because of my appearance. Yeah, but that's what happened. You create a form and everything else around it. Before my appearance, everything was black, and after my appearance, everything is white. So you become a tool of stupidity, of absolute control. So I'm in the same position. I'm in the position of a plan, a position of control. My appearance was distraction. It's ridiculous. At the end it became, because everything went to God. But when everything directs to God, it looks like God never arrived before my experience, which is absolutely ridiculous. calculation is before God and after God. This is hilarious. I see myself in my position very critical. What was the benefit for humanity when I arrived?
Suddenly they had a reference. They had...
But this is not true.
A gateway. They are their own...
No, this is not true. This is not true. No.
No.
No, of course not.
Then what is the truth?
The truth is my appearance, and afterwards, everything was based on my appearance. It looks like before I arrived, the people lived in a cage, and afterwards they rose above them. Their consciousness was filled with my touch, but it's not true.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It is not true.
I know.
But I see it very critic. Because instead of falling, of rising, they fell even deeper.
Yeah.
Of course, it's part of a whole cycle, which is not something that I'm questioning. And I know that everything is perfect the way it is. But I have this talk with God many times. And for him, everything is an experiment, including myself. But I have an opinion. This is what we have to let the people know, because everything started with me and everything went down with me at the same time. There was a belief system created around me, and I was the perfect. I was the perfect figure for distraction. A puppet for Satan. That's how you can abuse the light as well. You create a mysterious pattern around the light and you deceive the people with the light. And this is ridiculous. And that's what they did. This is very incredible. This is...
And what a movement they created.
Yeah, and they still use this for their own benefit. And I have to be critical. I have to, there's no other way.
Does it affect you in any way? I mean, I know that you are where you are, and all these human identifications, obviously, they're very far away from you.
To be honest, it let me doubt. Yeah.
Humanity. About humanity.
I have no doubt about the presence of God. But how much power the humans have and how much power gives God the humans, without the power it wouldn't work. If he would limitate you, the outcome would be limited, so he has to have all the possibilities that he has. That's why. And Satan is a master of distraction. It is an energy formed and created to distract. And you can even use figures of light to distract the people. And as a light being, you don't do anything about it because you go with the will of the Creator. But you observe. You don't interact. You observe.
What made you doubt? Doubt about what?
About my reincarnation. It's a little bit tricky because when you are a person of God and you have this incredible ability and you are representative of the goddess energy within a human being. This path is very narrow because you always have to face a person who doesn't understand, and whose presence is limited, who is distracted. And you always have to face someone who wants to take advantage. Satan is like an egregor. It's an energy that has been created. And it's very manipulative. That I am aware of it and that I am what I am doesn't change anything for the other people, you know what I mean? You come to this earth with this presence that I had, that I still have because nothing changed. I just changed my physical experience for a non-physical experience, in which I sustained until now. Nothing changed. Once light, always light. I mean, in the position I am. There's nothing that can convince me. And they will all tell you the same. I know Archangel Michael told you the same. That's the position we have. You come to this earth and like I said, it's a very small path. And you are alone in this path. But that's what I want to transmit. And you have to question it. You have to question yourself. If somebody uses the light as a distraction, yeah, then you start to question yourself. It's the human part. I never questioned God. This is a difference if you question God or yourself. Because as a human you have to interact with other humans. And you have to find a way You have to find a way. You always have to be accessible for others. Any institution, any, just doesn't have love as a base, that preaches, is dedicated to distraction. Any institution. Any. And when I say any, I mean any. It's a pity that you have to use words anyways. Because you can use the word of someone, place it, and you can use it for manipulation as well. I will say something in 3 words and you can put the words in different position, and suddenly it will have a completely different outcome. I can say, well, love is no hate. And then you can combine and cut the video and it will come out, love is hate. But what I said was completely different. Because you have to trust the person who takes your words, who records them, who writes them down. But how can you reach people if you don't talk?
Exactly.
If they're not able to feel. What more bothered me the most is that they changed the date. And not only that, they changed many things. And then you want to know who's they. That's a very good question.
It's an energy.
Yeah, the energy of weakness.
Yeah.
It's an energy of distraction and separation.
And the need to manipulate in order to have power. No manipulation, no power.
Yeah, the way they teach people history, it's a crime.
Yeah.
Because it's so limited. It's all dedicated to how the human is expressing itself. What did they build? What kind of art they used? In what period of time they did what? It is so limited. And I think humanity is waking up, realizing that It is an expression of a human, what kind of building it is creating, what kind of architect, what kind of artist, what kind of expression. This is framing and picturing the illusion. But God had no place in this. There was no place for God. God was out of the picture. And this is something that really, really, really gets me. And then I ask myself, was this the intention of God? To bring something on this earth it's just an experiment. There's nothing to wonder about. That's the weirdest thing. It was just something that happened because it had to happen, because an energy is experiencing it. But I feel the right that I have to question all this. But I'm not angry at God. But I have a different perspective in relation to my experience. And it's kind of satisfying to see in what direction humanity is going, because there is light. And history has to be completely destroyed. Put God back in the picture. Give him space. And let them know that there were different parts of evolution of the human race, that they were quite aware of what I wanted to transmit, and they were living it, they were breathing it, they were radiating it, and they're still there, out of sight. Not visible in different frequencies, but they are there. And like us. No distance. No distance. Erase all the informations. And then start new. It's like when you have a computer, you make a reset. You erase everything, all the viruses, and then your platform is clean and you can start new. And you have to question everything that has been told, all the stories that have been told, only there for you to distract you. And it happened in a very short time. Because when the people were blind, they were blind. There was not much. But I know you have a lot of possibilities to reach people. destroy history. Everything that you have been told about history has to be destroyed. You don't need religions for what? Create a movement. No, a movement is there for following people. You don't have to follow anyone. You don't have to follow the truth. Then you separate it from the truth. That was not my intention. I came here to fulfill, to play my role. And then you have to trust. And I tell you the truth, it was not always that easy to trust. And I said it before. When you see what is going on and you feel what is going on and you have only one chance to be in that place and to let it all happen.
Without resistance.
Yeah. And that's what I had in common with everyone else. Let everything happen without resistance. It is impossible to resist the love of God. And if your experience is not resisting the love of God, then you let it happen. And you are one with God. And when you are compassionate about the human race, then you want to do more, but you can't. When you don't resist the love of God, you don't resist the distraction. You don't resist to anything. And you let everything happen, you allow absolutely everything to happen. Once you resist, there is a resistance. Do you understand in what direction I'm pointing, where I'm going? That's why you cannot it's so overwhelming. It's so big. It's like entering a network of a consciousness, and you are connected with all beings at the same time. And you just let everything run through you. And you see yourself as everything. And you don't resist. You don't resist to the past, to the present, and to the future. And I realized when I was questioning something in my experience, that was the resistance I had to overcome. It was painful, because the energy is not flowing anymore. And then it feels like you want to burst. The pressure is immense. And then you let it flow again, and everything relaxes. Only when you are pure and no resistance. No resistance means the love of God. Resistance means pain. No resistance means no suffering. Accepting. You don't want to convince someone, but it's a network. It's a network of consciousness, a network of love. And we are all connected to this network. It doesn't matter if you're a physical body or not. It doesn't matter if you're Satan in person or not. Satan doesn't want. He wants to resist. But the love is the same. And to make the people feel how it feels to resist, you need people who appreciate this effort. Because if you judge it, they make you responsible for it. That's really weird. Because they say, I feel not comfortable when I'm with you. It hurts. Why is that so? Yeah, because you resist. I just show you that you resist. But my pain, your pain is my pain, and my pain is your pain. As long as you have pain, I have pain too. As long as you resist, I resist too. What do I feel? You feel love. What am I? You are love. Where I'm coming from? I come from love. Where do I go? You come from love. You go to love. But why does it hurt so much? Well, that's why you came to this earth. Because without pain, you wouldn't question it. That's why you call your experience. breaks around you, within you, until you feel a human experience. It was not fair to send me there for them, for everyone. It's like when you are in the class and you have one person who has always the best grades, without any effort. What does it create to the others? Envy and hate. The less effort you have, the more God can be. But the human experience is always related to effort. That's a very interesting point.